For years, I've struggled with this, trying to find a solution to the problem that's quick and easy for the other people working on their farms, where they don't have to mess with a wireless mic, but can also give real good audio in the meantime. And I think I finally found a solution to that. All right, now out here on our farm, we've been doing YouTube full-time now for almost 3 years now, and we've learned a lot of tips and tricks in that meantime to improve the quality of our videos. You know, we do our best to give as good of a quality video as we can. We're not professional production by any means, but we try to give you good camera shots, good color, and we try our best to give you good audio. However, getting the audio part right, especially working in the environment that we're working in, is usually one of the most difficult things that we encounter when trying to produce our on-farm videos. Now, for several years now, you know, the best solution for us that we've found has been to wear a wireless mic here. You know, what we've been running is the Rode Wireless Go 2, and then I've got a wired lavalier mic that I tape up inside my shirt, and it gives great sound quality. It blocks out a lot of the ambient noise when I'm talking, and it also gives us great protection against wind noise, which out here on the farm we're going to see quite a bit of. However, what about it if you got people on your operation that you give them a camera and they want to film, but you're just doing good just to get them to record something, let alone taping up a mic on them each day and making sure the batteries and stuff are charged up on it. And this is something I've definitely struggled with for a while. We use GoPros and everything on the farm, and you know, they're great camera, especially video quality. However, audio quality is generally a lot lacking. You know, for the past several years, we've been running media mods with our GoPros, which give a little bit better quality through its external speakers than what the standard GoPro does. However, it's still lacking. Now, the problem with the standard GoPro media mod, which I'm using to record audio with right now, is that it's got a front and back speaker. However, you can only utilize one of those speakers at a time. Right now, I've got the front microphone engaged in the settings on the GoPro, and that's what I'm talking into. However, if don't want to show y'all my ugly face and want to show you exactly what I'm doing or working on and turn the camera around, well, then my voice becomes really muffled, and it's not really something you can fix good in post. And on the type of videos that we're doing, you know, we give you a lot of different angles. You know, we might talk into the camera and then same clip, turn the camera around and, you know, show you what we're doing and whatever, and then turn back around and everything else. And that just does not give good sound quality when you've only got a front-facing microphone. And for years, I've struggled with this, trying to find a solution to the problem that's quick and easy for the other people working on their farms, where they don't have to mess with a wireless mic, but can also give real good audio in the meantime. And I think I finally found a solution to that. And the solution to our problem is the Rode Stereo VideoMic Pro microphone. Now, we've already got it mounted up here on the GoPro, and it's definitely a lot bigger than what I would like for something, but I think it's going to work out good. It's on good suspension. I've already tested out. There's no noise, movement noise coming in through the microphone. It takes a 9-volt battery, which I didn't like that. I would have preferred a rechargeable battery, but they say you can get up to, like, I think 50 hours of time on one 9-volt battery, and it mounts up real nicely in the top shoe. And I've already tested it out. It gives real good audio quality. However, in its current design, we're still facing the problem. Great audio when you're facing the camera, and then muffled audio if you're standing behind the camera. But I think I've come up with a solution for it, and I'm going to show you how to do that. All right, first thing we're going to do is remove the wind suppressor off of the cage of the mic, and this is what we got here. Now, I've already modified this one to do what I want to do, but if you look up in here, you've got two microphones. You can see this one right here is pointing out this way, and then there's a second mic here that was pointing out that way that's supposed to give you stereo sound if you're facing the mic. However, what I did is I modified it and turned around this top speaker from pointing this way to point backwards back behind the camera, and that's what I'm about to show you exactly how to do. All right, in order to modify this, you're gonna have to disassemble this cage to where you can get to this microphone, but before you disassemble it, I recommend going ahead and taking out the screw that holds this mic in. Looking at that little screw right there, and it takes a tiny Torx bit, which I don't have. However, with a pair of pliers, I can get a grip on it and turn it. So first thing we're gonna have to do is take the screw out, and then you've got two metal rings that hold this half together, one on each side, that we've got to pop off and then slide this out, and then we can get real easy access to that microphone, because we have to take it out and modify it a little bit. Before you start this, I definitely recommend going and getting the right size Torx bit. That makes this process a whole lot quicker and easier, but it can be done with a real good pair of needle nose pliers. There's just enough of a lip that you can grab a hold of the screw and slowly work it out. Now, let's go ahead and let you know that doing this is probably going to avoid any kind of warranty that that the manufacturer offers. But to me, if you're very careful, don't tear it up. It's well worth the gain. All right, finally got it loose enough I could get my needle nose vice grips on there, make this a lot quicker. All right, there, we got the screw out. Make sure you do not lose it. It is tiny. All right, now we got that out. We're gonna take a very thin flathead screwdriver and kind of work up under these rings. Be real gentle and just pop them off like that. Since I've already done this once, it's a little bit easier. And there's the second one. All right, now this half is ready to come apart. Kind of get my flathead screwdriver down there towards the base and just gently prise it out, and voila, there we go. We've got it in half. And we got our microphone loose right there. It's probably real hard to see, but if you look right there at the tip of the screwdriver, there's a hole that the screw went through, and it's not a perfectly round hole. You can see there's a slot on one side, and that's what sticks up in there. And it also had a little nub on one side right there to fit it up in there and keep the mic from moving back and forth, and had it aimed the way that they wanted it aimed. However, that did not allow us to swivel it around. So what I did is I took a small file and filed off that little prong on that nub right there to where we could twist it back and forth up there and aim it the way we wanted. And you got to do it with the top mic, because the bottom mic, for one thing, I don't think there's enough wire to be able to swivel around. Plus, the way it's mounted in the housing, there's no way to point it back the other way. So we'll leave that one pointing forward, and then we'll aim this one going back behind the camera. Now, going back together, it's not the reverse of the way you took it off. You want to go ahead, because you can't get your fingers there, you want to go ahead and get this microphone mounted back up in there, get the screw tight, and get it aimed where you want it before you put the housing back together. We'll get it roughly spun back around. All right, got our nubbin back up in the hole. Now we're going to try and get our screw started. Again, be very careful not to lose this screw. And a Torx driver for this size makes this job so much easier. All right, we got it started with our fingers, and we kind of got it aimed going back. Now we're just going to kind of reverse the process now. Run it down most of the way with our needle nose vice grips. It's still loose. We'll put the finishing touches with our needle nose. Lined up, yep, it's pointing about straight back there. All right, got it tight. It's not moving back and forth. It's going to kind of be pointing up and back instead of straight back, but I've already tested it out and it works great. Now we can get this back down in the housing. Snap it back up in place. Last thing to do, put our little rings on the housing. They go on a lot easier than they came off. And voila. You can tell right here we got our front facing speaker kind of pointing out at an angle, but still picks up audio good when the camera's facing you. And then we've got, so we got this one right here kind of pointing back. It's pointing up, but it's also pointing back, but it does pick up audio real good, and you really can't tell a difference when you're turning the camera around. So put my windscreen back on, and then we'll give it a test out, and I'll give you some unedited audio from it, show you just how good it does. All right, how does the audio sound right there? Probably doesn't sound quite as good as my wireless mic, but I guarantee you it probably sounds a heck of a lot better than the standard mics on the GoPro Media Mod. But the big benefit is that when I decide to turn the camera around like that and show you other things and not my ugly mug, the audio tone doesn't change, no muffled or anything like that. It just gives you real good, pretty much clear audio all the way around. Again, the best bang for your buck is going to be a wireless mic if a person wants to mess with that. But if you don't want to hassle with it, I think this Rode Stereo mic is going to be a very good option. Probably not going to give you quite as good wind noise resistance, but I think in a lot of conditions it's going to be, it's definitely going to be a huge upgrade over your standard GoPro mics or your Media Mod mics. It's not a cheap option. It's quite pricey. It's up there with the same price as the Rode Wireless Go, but you know, certain situations require certain tools, and I think this is going to be another tool to hopefully help us put some good farming content out there for all the viewers. So by the way, all my sound gear and stuff I buy from Sweetwater. I got great support over there, great guys to deal with. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just been doing business with them for a couple of years now, and real happy with the customer service that they give me, and you know, their prices are comparable to other places. So if you're interested in this Stereo VideoMic Pro or the Rode Wireless Go or any other Rode product, I recommend you go visit the guys at Sweetwater, and they'll be able to hook you up with whatever you need. Anyway guys, hope this helped out. Appreciate y'all watching. See you in the next one.